let's say we call upon around 15 as a values. How you got this 15? Based on the standard lah, based on the method that already established, said that more than 15 is considered stress already. Less than 15 is considered not stress. Okay, so how to do that? Please go to your data. But please remember, our data is only 20 something. And statistically, it may not be very nice lah. Why? Because it's considered inadequate sample size. But for the purpose of training, let's say it's enough lah. Let's say it's good. Let's say the tabulation is normal. Let's say. Who say it? Let or I say it. Let yang say, not my word. Let's say, And then after that, you go to the analyze, compare mean, one sample t-test. This is the first step or the third step? Analyze, compare mean, one sample t-test. This is the third step. So after this, if I'm asking you to do hypothesis testing, don't go to analyze. Go to where? Yes, good. Go to the step number 1, null and alternative. Null and alternative. And then you follow accordingly. After you finish this workshop, insyaAllah ta'ala, you are able to fly if you follow that sequence. Okay? So the step number 1 is actually you need to establish your null and alternative hypothesis. Step number 2, alpha. Step number 3, you run or calculate. So let us calculate. We are embarking the step number 3. Analyze, compare mean, one sample t-test. We are going to test the differences between one sample with the STD. STD stand for what? Standard. Standard or a values lah. And then you go for it. And then you go to your stress. Take your stress, go into the test variable box. And then under here, we got the test value, right? You specify the test value under there as 15. 15, ni, this one, test value under here. You specify it as 15 and then go to option. Go to option, you can see that the confidence interval percentage is already being set by the computer 95%, right? But if you work with Lifebuoy or Dettol, perhaps you want to adjust it into the 99.99 lah. Up to your alpha. So based on this, as default is 95. Yes. Option. This is if you want to adjust lah. As default, it's set as the 0.05 level of significance. After that, please hit the OK button. You hit it already? I'm not going to hit it because I'm going to store it inside the t-test. So, I'm going to run it. After I run, then you got the mean. The mean is actually 11.125, right? The standard deviation is 3.698. Can you see it or cannot? Okay, if you cannot see it, never mind. I'm going to produce it for you so that we can clearly see it together. Okay. So what is our P value? Sorry. What is our mean? This is our mean. 11.125, 3.69 is our standard deviation, right? And then this is our T statistic. Our T statistic is what? Minus 51.33. Okay, so you have to write those value here, minus 5.133 in your T statistic or your statistical value. Okay, and what about the P value? The P value, don't write like this. Some of the people like this. 0.00. Why you write like that? Because I saw that one like this. Cannot. Actually, they got some values behind. So preferably, to make you much more clearer, you have to write like this. Or you can also request the computer to give you the exact number. How to get the exact number? You double click on this table and request accordingly. They will give it to you. See? 3.4 times by the 10, the power of minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3.4 times by the 10, the power of minus 5. 3.4 times by 10 minus of power 5. That means it's less than. Okay. After that, then you have to make a decision. You want to reject or fail to reject null? Which one is your chosen one? You want to reject or you want to fail to reject? Okay, therefore you choose the reject. Why you reject? Correct. So our P value is what? 0.001, less than lah. And then our alpha is what? 0.05. Therefore, we reject. We reject our what? We reject our boyfriend, girlfriend, or null hypothesis. Very good. You reject your null hypothesis. You reject your null hypothesis. This is your null, right? How you want to reject it? You delete lah, you reject. So what is left behind? Your alternative. Let's say you are so in love with your word, therefore you don't have to delete lah. You just have to strike it through. When you strike it through, what is left behind? The alternative will left behind, right? Therefore, you have to make a conclusion based on what left behind. So what is left behind? Therefore, you have to make a conclusion. There is significant difference of the stress level when compared to the standard. Dalam kurungan in the bracket 15 where at the level of significance P is equal to 0.005, where the T statistical value, the T statistics is equal to minus 5.133 and the P value it's equal to when the P value less than 0.001. Full stop. And after that, you want to tell it more, up to you. The mean indicate the value of and so on and so forth. You type lah accordingly. Just to give you an idea lah. If you want to make a conclusion, this is the complete conclusions that should be given to your readers. Otherwise, your readers might misinterpret your holistic nature of analysis this particular data.